Today on Say Life TV, how to bring your personal style into your home without breaking the bank. And speaking of personal, we have our personal chef who's here to whip up something fresh and delicious for you. And maybe you didn't get summertime fun, but you're trying to get fab for the fall. Coach Dex is standing by and he's going to show you how. All this and more next on Say Life TV. Don't go anywhere.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Moving through the world in a positive way. This is Say Life TV.
You heard the man. This is Say Life TV, equipping you to empower yourself in all aspects of your life while moving through the world in a positive way. Happy Friday morning. I am so honored that you would spend your Friday right here with us. My name is Elissa Lassiter, and I am going to be your personal coach and your lifestyle host for today. And I hope you are having an amazing Friday. But let's talk about how to make your Friday even more amazing. It's time for Friday, y'all. So on this Friday, I'm going to show you some steps that you can implement now, steps that you can use today to see positive change in your life. So let's talk about time. There's not enough of it in the day. You could use a few more hours, feeling like it keeps slipping away from you. Well, do you ever look up and ask yourself, where has the time gone? Step 1, ask yourself, why do I want to become a better manager of my time? Why is time management going to be important in my life? You don't start building a house without a plan, right? Step 2, establish those priorities. Determine those commitments that are important to you. You know what? Sometimes we like to hold on for whatever reason. We like to hold on to things that no longer serve us. Really find the reason of why that you are holding on to some of those things and really determine what purpose do they serve in your life. Step 3, set a plan in motion. There's no better time than now. And there's plenty of different methods to explore it, but set yourself up to win. And as I mentioned last week, a baby step is still a step, and that is one more step in the direction where you want to go. And here's a bonus. Have grace with yourself. I absolutely think this is so important to have grace with yourself. You know what? We're not perfect. We all fall short, but be mindful that you learn through some of those mistakes. Some of those losses are actually lessons. So this was Friday, so be sure to use some of these tactics in your daily life. And I want to hear about your experience on social. Go ahead and use the hashtag Friday. And speaking of Friday, I am saying yay to this dish that we are about to eat. I cannot wait to have our personal chef come and show us this Asian-inspired salad on this Friday. So if you're standing right here, you are smelling the amazing scents. And I always say this, you know, I'm like, people at TV, watching on TV, you can't smell it, but I'm trying to my best to explain to you how delicious this food smells. So for Say Life Bite today, we have our personal chef in the building to make some beautiful food that we have today, lots of colors, and we got to talk about these flowers. But Chef Loritta Scott of Ambient Personal Chef, she's the co-founder along with Chef Jerri, Griffin, and welcome. I'm so happy that you're back today.
Yay, thank you for having us.
Yes, we've had some delicious things come out of this kitchen right here. So tell me what we're going to make today.
All right, so today we are going to make an Asian-inspired zoodle salad.
Ooh, zoodles.
So, yes, zoodles are a big thing right now.
They are. Yes, they are. Like, oh, so I'm helping?
Yes, you're actually going to do this today.
Okay, hold on, let me put on my gloves.
Just help you chuck everything in the bowl, and then you're going to toss it on there, and we're going to do some plating. Plating is my favorite part of being a personal chef.
Now, when I watch like the food, you know, people making things on TV, like the plating is like that really important thing that they do at the end. So I can't wait to try it out. This is going to be exciting.
All right, so first you're going to take these wonderful rice noodles.
Okay.
The ones that we were smelling.
Yes.
And go ahead and take them out of there and put them in the bowl.
Okay, do I just dump them or do I pick them up?
Okay. Dump them in there.
So at home, what are people going to need to make this yummy looking dish? And I can't wait to see how it's going to turn out.
So we're going to start, we started with our dressing, which is lime juice, a little bit of fish sauce, some light brown sugar.
Break them apart? Okay.
Yep. So it'll be a little easier once we get the dressing in there, which is here. It's got a little bit of peanut oil in it, some sesame oil.
This smells amazing.
Fresh garlic is always,
oh my gosh, I smell
it.
And garlic has a lot of, you know, it's good for your health, right?
It is.
Okay, so I just toss it up, toss it around.
Just toss it around in there. I'm going to drop these green onions in there. Now, for the best part, the part that's going to make this dish really exciting is all of these beautiful colors here on the table. So, we got some red cabbage that we're going to toss in here.
Yes, for the colors.
For the colors.
Woo, woo, I like that.
We have some carrots that we're going to toss in here. They contrast really well.
Yes, add a little bit of crunch. I think that's going to be delicious.
Absolutely. Now we need our fresh, light part of the dish, which is going to be our cucumber. It's going to be light and refreshing, and just it's another vibrant part of it all.
Absolutely. I feel like cucumber always makes things like taste just a little bit fresher, like fresh, like summer. Hold on, wait, got to do the hair flip. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Summer.
Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
I love it.
And our zoodle for this dish is actually butternut squash today. But let me tell you, you can use any zoodle you want to. You can use carrot zoodles, you can use zucchini zoodles, you can do summer squash zoodles. Zoodles are unlimited.
Now, for those who may not be up on the zoodle trend, talk about like what zoodles are.
So
I know they're simple.
Basically, they are spiralized vegetables. And what that means is you just take them and you scrape them around with your peeler, and they turn into like curly fries.
Oh my gosh.
So
and
I think this is mixed enough.
Is that good? Okay.
So we're going to do some plating.
Perfect.
You move all of this out of the way.
And I know a lot of people use zoodles in place of noodles. So could that be done in the salad?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so we're just going to take a little bit out of here, and we want to. I'm going to show you, and then you got it.
Okay. Y'all about to see my plating skill. I'm gonna put my
We're gonna
gloves
pile
up.
it up nice and high, because what I have learned about plating is that the higher the pile is, especially with items like this, when you walk through the dining room, and I know you've done it, all of us have, you walk through the dining room and you see it, and you say, oh my gosh, what is that?
Right.
What are they eating? I want to eat some too.
Yes.
So that's why you want to make sure that it's bright and it's vibrant, and that you can get it piled up.
Look at the color.
Get it bright.
I absolutely love that.
And piled up nice and high.
Making a mess. I'm just going to put that here.
But, Ooh,
I like the way yours looks. Okay. There we go. Ooh. I cannot wait to try this out. And then you have some really special garnish that's going to go on top. Tell us about this.
So I'm going to just tell you about these flowers. I'm going to let you do it.
Okay.
So these are Cambria blossoms, and they are edible.
What?
They're just pretty.
Aren't they precious?
There's so many edible flowers out there. There are orchids and all kinds of things. But what we're going to do is we're just going to sprinkle a little bit around the plate, and then we're going to top it with some peanuts.
Okay, so while I'm garnishing this, tell people where they can find your business and to have you as their personal chef.
You can find us on everything at Ambient Personal Chef. On Instagram, on Facebook, we have a website, ambientpersonalchef.com. You can find us on Yelp. You can Google us. We will be there. All right, so just a little bit of peanuts.
Okay, just a little.
Oh, yep.
Is that good? Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
I absolutely love this.
All
right,
let's eat it.
Let me try this really quickly. And while we take a bite of this delicious food, when we come back, we are going to have Miss Crystal, who's going to show us how to bring your personal style into your home. I feel like we need a cheers with this plate. Ding! We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Ever had to make a really big decision? You might be faced with one now. Well, I can relate. And I know there's a lot of layers and factors, so I don't want to minimize the importance of making such a choice. But here are some steps that I take whenever I'm faced with a really big decision. Easier said than done, but first I remind myself to just relax and know that it's only part of something bigger. But in the times where we don't know exactly what's on the other side, it sometimes helps me to actually lean into the comfort of not knowing. Next, I look inside and am 100% honest with myself. I weigh the pros and cons, ask those uncomfortable questions, and face those answers head on, even if they're hard. Now, I know too many opinions can cause confusion, but sometimes I need to seek counsel, and that may mean for you meditation, prayer, or even talking to someone that you really trust. Lastly, I remind myself to have faith in my process and know that things are going to unfold in a way that's best for me. And if it seems like things are not turning out in my best interest, I know in that experience there's a lesson to learn, a chance to produce character, and an opportunity for me to grow into an even stronger me. Perhaps there's a chance for you to grow into an even stronger you, too. And that is your insight in 60. So you know those beautiful homes that you see in the magazines or on TV today. You guys, you may want to actually go ahead and take a few notes because I have someone in the studio today who's going to show you exactly how to make your home look like $1 million, even if you don't pay that much for it. Today we have Crystal Garner from Garner Confidential. Hi. And she is going to show us how to make your house look banging on a budget. So, oh my goodness, Crystal, we have some amazing things up front of us.
Yes. Oh
so tell me about how to kind of bring your personal style into your own house.
Well, I can only really speak for my personal, I guess, preference. I love color and I love being able to put myself into a space. So I used to love riding bikes, and when I found this at Home Goods, it was $10, and it was really inexpensive, but it looks rich with this marble and the gold. It's a prized item that is just, it has a story to it. Yeah. So having items that tell a story really does bring out all of your personality. And even something silly like this. This is a pillow that says hi on the front and bye on the back. So awesome. I love it. And
I want to go back to this bike really quick. Yeah. And it's got you married, so you have the two-seater. So I think that kind of represents,
It's perfect.
Absolutely. Yes, and ring, dang, oh my eyes, too bright. And marble is in right now, isn't it?
It really is. And the greatest thing about marble is that it doesn't have to break the bank. You can literally find this everywhere, and it's especially at Target, the best place on earth. Every woman's dream is to go into Target and spend all of her money, right? And this isn't from there, but they have tons of things there. You can go to Walmart, you can go to TJ Maxx, and all of those places that sell those items, and find some really, really classic marble pieces.
So cool. Now, these are precious. I want you to tell us about these cards here.
So something that people always ask me about when they come into my home are my gallery walls. I have tons of them. It's my specialty. And I wanted to find ways to create pictures on a whim where I could use them over and over again, switch them out, but let them be for a purpose.
Absolutely.
So here I was in Richmond one day and I found some really awesome cards. In this one, a house is like where adults or something.
I love it.
I thought it was great for, my husband and I.
Absolutely.
And then this one when we we're trying to put ourselves out there, and we're just reminded not to settle. So don't ever settle. It's a great message to have.
That's one thing that I absolutely love about these cards is that it's something that you can easily find at the store, but it's something that can bring your personal style. So
and it's inexpensive.
Yes. So these that I select may not look like the ones that you're going to select.
Exactly. And that's how you can make it personable, you know, for your own home. And this one says, our love is like finding extra French fries at the bottom of the bag. And my idea was to put it in a frame, hang it up, and now you have this beautiful card, and you can literally just frame it and keep it forever.
So how much, like with the card and the frame, how much is that look gonna cost people?
Depending on cards these days, the average one can cost about $3.99 at the lowest, but the highest maybe $7.99. There's so many amazing card companies. And this one cost me $7.99. The frame cost me $5. And this is a frame from IKEA. And then like I have frames down here that are really inexpensive.
This is super nice.
So about $10 to $12 maybe.
I like this.
Yes, I love that pillow. It's from Target.
Now tell me, what is this here?
So this piece is such a cute piece. It's from Rare Dot Boutique, Target. And
I was like, oh, Rare Dot Boutique. Is that an online store?
It's a beautiful way to put it. And it's actually wall decor, but I use it as a paperweight.
Oh, cool.
So I always tell people when you're shopping, you don't always have to use what the item says it is. You know, this was, I think, $6.
That's a great tip.
I literally, because I have a fan in my master, and it sits right on my dresser, and I don't like my papers flying away. So I was just like, I don't really want it on my wall anymore. And I used it as a flat paperweight, and it's beautiful.
That is so cool. I love the idea of having different items that serve different purposes.
Exactly.
And actually, you had a chance to design our office space at home, which was so amazing. And you took a mirror, and now it's, instead of it being on the wall, it's part of the gallery wall as you thought it was going to be. It's like a cup holder now.
Yes,
and
it's so
really
great.
fancy.
She can put her pencils on there, paper clips. It's so wonderful. It's so cute, and I love how we were able to switch it up for you. So
cool. Now, show us that right there. That is precious.
I love this. So every time people come to my house, they're always just like, well, where do we wipe our hands in the bathroom? And we have a towel up. So it just says, hey, you, welcome to our home. Please use towel to dry your hands. Thanks. And it's just a simple letterboard. Letterboards are so easy because you can personalize them and you can make them your own. And that's the greatest thing about it. You can literally just get extra letters and literally put whatever you want on there. So I think that's a great thing. I love it.
I like that. So one thing that I noticed, there's a different theme. You have colors, you have black and white, and I think this is really, really cool. So where can people find out more about what you do as an interior designer and get more information on Garner Confidential?
Well, they can follow me on Instagram at Garner Confidential, and also on Facebook, Garner Confidential. I have a personal page as well that I'm a little bit more interactive on. I'm learning social media, guys, but From Chris with Love is my personal page,
and that's CRYS.
Yes, because my name is Crystal. And yeah, I'm always on Instagram. I love that. I put that at the front of my door.
Hola.
Saying hello.
Yes.
And then it says stay a while, I believe, and I have the XO at the end. And again, these are at Target, $6, very affordable. Anybody can get them.
So really just special ways that you can add those personal touches to your home and not break the bank and make your house look beautiful. So Crystal, thank you so much for having me. I am so glad that you came. And so how many of you have ever felt just stuck in life? First of all, with all these beautiful things, hopefully not, but how many of you have ever felt stuck? We're going to talk about that in our Ask a Life Coach right now. This question comes to us via Facebook. I feel stuck in my life. What do I do? I feel stuck in my life. What do I do? Well, first, it's really important to determine the area in which you feel stagnant. Sometimes you have these thoughts that are just ping-ponging back across of your head, and you haven't really determined what it is you feel stagnant about. So make sure that you take some time and really determine what that is, whether that's in your job, in your career, in your relationship, in your health. How do you feel that you are not moving forward? Second, take some actionable steps to determine where it is that you want to go. I know I say this over and over again, and I probably sound like a broken record, but to make this more than a wish, to make this more than a dream, you have to take actionable steps. And 3, it's important to confide in someone that you trust, whether that be if you have faith to confide in your higher power, to talk to someone, to talk to somebody that you trust. Maybe this is somebody who is going through something similar, or even a coach or a mentor, to not only carry out those actionable steps, but to have accountability. So first, be sure to determine where it is that you feel stuck. 2, find those actionable steps to get there. And 3, get moving. Don't wait. Got a question to ask? I'd love to hear it. Go ahead and shoot me a message at ask@saylifetv.com. So when we come back, I'm going to be asking Coach Dex a lot of questions on how to get those glutes in shape. Cannot wait.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. They were with you when you felt unbreakable, and with you when you had your heart broken. They were with you when you shared your love with the world, and with you when she became your world. They're still with you right now. But how well do you know them?
So we are back with Say Life Fit. You see, I had to put on my tennis shoes to match my outfit today. And we also have somebody super special in the studio today. And he's going to talk about this one exercise. If you go to the gym and you see that guy and it's like, do you even lift? Like, is he doing that right? Is he doing it wrong? Well, chances are you may be doing this exercise wrong. So Coach Dex here, Dex Moore of Orange Theory Fitness of Newport News is here to talk about how to do a proper deadlift. So I'm really excited about this because it's a simple motion, but for some people, for some reason, people kind of get it wrong.
That's true. What we're looking for in your deadlift, the movement that people tend to mess up on is the start, the hip hinge. So when you're deadlifting, you have to push your hips back and lead with that chest as you're coming forward to make sure you're getting those hamstrings stretched out and those glutes that we're really focusing on loaded up and moving that weight.
And what type of benefit can people see from doing a proper deadlift?
Deadlift, it's got multiple benefits. We're gonna start down low with your lower body. It's one of the heaviest moves you'll do. So you're gonna put the most challenge on your glute muscles, your hamstrings, so get the most development there from those muscles that we're looking for. You're gonna burn tons of calories by using those bigger, stronger muscles. And then just by holding the weight with your upper back muscles, making sure your shoulders aren't rounding forward as you're going down, you're going to, again, work those posture muscles that are helping keep your shoulders down and your chest up as you're going throughout your day.
Now, by the same token, what can happen if someone does a deadlift incorrectly? This is why it's so important to have that proper coaching.
Yeah, for sure. The biggest issue on doing a deadlift, if you're not doing it properly, is putting a lot of strain on your lower back. And we already know that's a big fear for a lot of people going to the gym, is stressing out that lower back, because if you're not moving from there properly, it's going to cause a lot of pain.
And then if they may experience that pain, then they may not be able to go back into the gym, or they may decide not to do it. So let's learn how to do it the right way. So I am your student, you are my coach. Teach me.
Quickly, we're going to talk about making what I call a hand sandwich. So hand sandwich. And that's how you know you're hip hinging properly.
Okay.
If you put your hands right in your hip crease and you properly push your butt back as you lead with your chest, you'll eventually squish your hands in between your stomach and your thighs.
I have a hand sandwich. I had a hand sandwich before I even got to this point.
Well, that was a real nice looking hip hinge.
Why, thank you.
So you're gonna get this movement down, no problem, it looks like. Butt goes back, chest comes forward.
Okay.
Now, once we start moving the weight, I'm gonna have you just keep your eye gaze in line with your head. So rather than looking forward too much, I want you to just look down as you're coming forward also.
All right. So I've got this hand sandwich.
You're coming forward. So I'm sure you're feeling some stretch in your hamstrings now.
Yes,
on the back of
it
your
feels
leg.
good. And actually, I notice a little bit of a difference now that I am moving my head along with, you know, keeping my eyes in line with my head, where it's going.
And that's just your spine alignment. That's going to, again, protect your lower back.
Okay, yeah, I can feel that all back there.
All right, so we're going to try
on
with
the backs of my legs.
Yeah, I'll show
right.
you real quick. So your chest is up, your shoulders are back and down, your palms are going to face towards your body.
Okay.
And you're going to make that sandwich again. Push your hips back as you lead with your chest, keeping your eyes in line with your head. And then as you're coming back up, you're squeezing those glutes, and if your waist is a bucket of water, at the very top, you want to spill that water over backwards.
Okay, kind of this way.
Same.
Got it. Now, since I do not have my hands in the hand sandwich position, where do my hands go here? Show me.
They're going to be right up against your thighs, and think about going straight down as you're pushing your hips back.
And still kind of imagining that my hands are in that sandwich position. Now, of course, certainly check with your doctor before starting any new exercise regimen, but this is something that people can do at home, right?
Yeah, for sure. Even just that hip hinging motion is going to help you better control how you're moving your lower back.
Okay.
But this is an exercise that you do want to ideally use weight with, and these are some of the biggest, strongest muscles in your body, so you can really crank the weight up on this one and get some really good metabolic or calorie burning benefit.
What are some things around the house that people could use? You know, they may not have these super nice fancy weights at home. What are some things that people can use instead?
Well, if we're making it, you know, just as functional as possible, anything that you have in your life that you're regularly picking up off the ground is weight, and you want to make sure that you're picking things up off the ground with that hip hinging motion, protecting your lower back. So you can pick up your toddler. You can, you know, as you're cleaning up around the house, picking up even pieces of paper off the floor, making sure you're pushing your butt back, loading those glutes as you're going through that motion.
You have such a great point there, Coach Dex, that we do pick up so many things. Actually, you saw me a couple minutes ago picking up my shoes incorrectly. So this is something that I can use, whether, like you said, picking up my child or picking up my dog or something.
Anything off the floor, really.
Even though my dog would not be happy about that. Now, with this one, as I'm going down, do my knees need to kind of move out to the sides?
You always want to kind of think about driving your knees out a little bit, because that activates those lateral glutes. So this is the move where we could also use the band, and you would press out as you're going down. And you'll realize as you're pressing out, as you're going down, you might feel a little bit more activation along the side of your glutes there.
Yes. Now, again, tell me about Orange Theory Fitness, and tell me about how people, sorry, I'm focusing on my deadlift. Tell people how they can find you.
We're on the corner of Land and Jefferson, across the street from the airport. We're in a shopping center with a bunch of other places, including the Radius apartment complex, which is probably the biggest thing that you'll see there.
Yes.
But every workout is half cardio, half strength training. The strength training is going to be functional, and the cardio is on machines like the treadmill, the rower, the bicycle, that are also going to be low impacts.
Okay. So how many sets of these do you recommend for people at home? Or
if you were just doing this at home, anywhere from 3 to 5 sets. Moving to a place where you are feeling that work in your glutes, in your hamstrings. So depending on how much weight you're using, that's going to determine how many repetitions you're doing.
So I want to give a big thank you to our sponsors, Zebu Designs, Totally Tea, and Adorned by Chrissy. And I would love for you to join us next Friday for this Friday that we've had on Say Life TV. Learn more about us on SayLifeTV.com and have an amazingly blessed day. I cannot wait to see you next time. I'm going to do something with these weights now.